didn't end in the 1860s. It's a social malady that's with us today. It's increasing in its scope and severity. The desire to enslave our fellow man is unfortunately intrinsic to human character. It has been with us since the beginning of time.
I've been raised on a belief system that's broken. Raised on a belief, I keep my eyes closed and never question the things that I'm told and slave away every day till I'm over. Only problem with that is I've been awoken. Read books and now I'm old and well spoken. Somehow did it all the while still smoking. Never close-minded, I keep mine open. A generation just like me that's been molded. Not asleep now, we can understand the motive. Every single day is a battle and I know it is a war for your mind and I'm trying to expose it. Unplug the TV and live for the moment. Turn the tables on them, then brace for atonement. Realize the life we're given is golden. Then you understand no government can own it. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. 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 I know. There's gotta be more to this. 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 I know. So quit with the
Enough, Jimmy. Cut the music. Cut the music. Cut the music. Welcome back, everybody. It's Seymour Mac. All right, just doing the ritual audio check just to make sure we're not sounding like crazy right now. Welcome back to the weekly live stream. It's late in the week. You thought I forgot. I thought I forgot, and then I remembered. But I wanted to discuss today the power of a mastermind group. All throughout this week, but especially today, I got reminded of how powerful this could be. I've been in several of these over the past few years in my business growth, my business journey, and I have found it to be super beneficial for not just the growth of my business, but also in my personal life situations. So what is a mastermind group? If you look in the description of this post, which I cannot readily see, apparently, I might have to actually pull it up and I want to quote myself word for word here on the definition. So let's see if we can find it. If I go to the live stream, if I go there, I want to discuss this. Okay, yeah, here we go. So a mastermind group is a small group of individuals that are in the same industry or life situation, depending on what type of mastermind it is, that should have members at different stages of the journey and share insights, experiences, and ideas for improvement. There should be a shared goal of leveling up, not just yourself, but the others in the group. And it is very important that you have similar goals, right? So I'll just use myself for an example, and I'll use what happened today as an example, which was my reminder on how important this is. There are several video producers all throughout the country that I stay in touch with pretty regularly. And we used to do more of a weekly mastermind call. Some people wind up outgrowing that group, myself included. Sometimes it can be very easy to get frustrated with the group if you don't feel like it's providing the value that it once did to you. And then some people may still be in that same group meeting. This isn't about that group of people in particular, but just to show you that these mastermind groups, sometimes they'll last a long time, sometimes they'll last for a season. And when it's time to move on, you'll pretty much know when it's time to move on. But I would not abandon this method of inspiration, this method of leveling up completely. I would find another group that might be a better fit for you. Today, what happened was I got reconnected with one of the guys from that group. He's a videographer out in California, and he wanted to share some ideas with me because now we're both using a similar software. I remember he had told me about this software over a year ago, and I've been kind of like dancing around jumping into it. I recently decided to jump all in, and now I've had sleepless nights building automation workflows and ideas, and my website rebuilt it within this software. And I wanted to reach out to him actually to just kind of like pick his brain and find out. So we reconnected, and we very quickly started shooting ideas off to each other. And he said something that resonated with me, and it's something that I feel like I deal with a lot, where he said something to the effect of, I need you in my life. I need this thing in my life, this element in my life, because I feel like I'm really good at coming up with ideas, but then I'll get stuck in a routine, or I'll get lost in work, or the idea will never get executed ultimately. And it's important to have somebody there who has a similar shared goal in mind that could help you navigate going from great idea to systems to execution. So that's what we did today. And it was a great reminder for me on how important this is. Like I said, I have several guys very similar to this who are in the video production industry, all different parts of the country, who do either they do similar work that I do as far as industry and clientele, or they're in completely different niches. But either way, we have a shared goal in mind of providing a lot of value with a video production service. And what you'll find in these groups is you will have some people who are a little further in the journey than other people. So he may be further in the journey with the software. He's been in it for a few years. There's certainly a lot there that he'd be able to teach me. He may be further in the journey as far as just being a business owner. Maybe he's been running his operation longer than I've been running mine. So there's certainly something there that I could learn and I could take away from having that group, having that chat, having that relationship with him. But you want to make sure that not everybody is at square one. If everybody's at square one, it's like the blind leading the blind, right? So you want some people in the group who are so far ahead that they're able to share knowledge with everybody else who may be a few steps behind them or a lot of steps behind them, and help them. It's basically a cheat code to get them around the obstacles that would have taken them 1, 2, 5, 10 years to figure out by making their own mistakes. And they're able to get that knowledge from somebody who already made those mistakes, already learned and grown from those obstacles and those challenges. So if to have a good mastermind group, you need people in it who are super far ahead, some people who are behind there, and it's not bad to even have people who are at step one, right? Part of the group, or the theory behind having a mastermind group, is that old BNI mantra, givers gain, right? BNI is a networking group that I'm in. It's a separate kind of thing, but a similar idea, where you want to give value away. And the more value you give away, the stronger the relationships are built, the stronger the trust is, and the more that you'll wind up getting in return. Um, we're not talking financial here necessarily, but there's always something that can be learned, even from people who are younger in the game, who are steps behind you in the game, because they might have some fresh ideas that you never thought of. And if you're far ahead on the journey and you get a new fresh idea, you've already proven that you're able to execute on ideas. So getting a fresh idea from somebody who might be at the beginning part of their journey is invaluable, because let's put it this way. A lot of times I feel like I'm an idea man. I can come up with a million ideas, but I can never execute on them properly. What's the point of having all the ideas with no way to actually implement them? It's pretty useless. If you're somebody who has built systems, who has a proven track record of executing on ideas, and you're able to acquire a new fresh idea, think about what that can mean for your business, for your situation. That is super powerful, because you're somebody who could take that idea, build it into a system, implement it, execute on it, and reap the rewards from that. In turn, you're able to then share some of those systems and execution ideas with the person who's younger in the game than you are, who just happen to have a great idea as well. So Super powerful to have a mastermind group of some sort. Um, for me, what it kind of looks like is if we're like really niching it down into a powerful mastermind group, it's video production company owners from wherever, planet Earth, who have a goal and an interest in helping bring value to their clients with video production services. Sounds kind of general. Not as many people as you think who are falling into that bucket. If you can get 5, 10 people together who are in that bucket and you guys meet maybe on a weekly or a monthly basis to share ideas, share ideas on how to implement ideas, which is super important. That could be a game changer for your business, an absolute game changer. So if you haven't, you know, had this thought of, man, I need to get a group of carpenters. Let's say you're a carpenter, or a contractor. If you haven't had the thought yet of getting a group of other contractors together to say, hey, what are some projects you're working on right now? What are some ideas you're implementing in the business? How are you going about tracking your clients and the projects? You're going to find out very quickly that somebody is doing things way more efficiently than you and is maybe putting into action an idea that could be a huge benefit to your own business and your own situation. So I think if you're not doing this and you could pick an industry, you could pick a life situation, um, you should really consider doing this. Drop a comment in the chat if you have had any experience with the mastermind group of this nature. Um, did you find it beneficial? What were your key takeaways? What was good about it? What was bad about it? And if you had a bad situation with, or a bad experience, I should say, with a mastermind group, why is that? Did you completely abandon the theory? I implore you to explore it again, because finding the right group is very important. Finding any group is not necessarily going to be valuable to you, but finding the right group of individuals to group together, to have frequent meetings, brainstorming ideas with, um, having some creative sessions with is super powerful, and it's something that I've utilized and I will continue to utilize throughout this year, because I'm fired up after the meeting. I mean, he said he was fired up. I'm fired up too. I started already building out phase 2 of this idea that I shared with him, of this four stage idea. I got stage 1. I'm working on stage 3. I already do stage 4. Stage 2 was completely missing. So I started building that out. So it's a great way to just kickstart your day, kickstart that creative process and that inspiration process, and to level up. This is going to be a short one today. Usually I say I'm going to keep it short and then it winds up going for 40 minutes, but this one actually is going to be short. So if you got any value out of this live stream, out of this idea that I shared today, it's not a new idea, it's not my idea. It's just something that I was reminded of today. If you have gotten any value out of that, please consider commenting on this video wherever you're seeing it. If you're seeing it on YouTube or some of the other platforms, Facebook or LinkedIn, consider following our page, my page, consider subscribing, liking, all that good stuff, because it does help out. I'm looking to grow this network of ideas with people who want to share ideas. I'm an idea man. I'm also an ass man, but that's besides the point. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. Thanks. Have a great one, guys.